Right?
Tell me.
It wasn't even recording this whole time. Y'all missed it, but we had a fantastic time despite technical difficulties, and we're back at it.
Have we done our sponsors?
Oh yeah, we are sponsored by Wingstop. You know, go
Catholic Church.
Oh yeah,
New sponsor
and
this week, Ace Hardware.
it's hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks.
That's
Yeah,
true.
We
and
do live right next to one.
as well as Qatar, right? We're sponsored by Qatar.
No,
Nope.
we are sponsored by Qatar. Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
That was
most
that-
of us
that
are.
three-
Marshall, oddly enough, does not sponsor.
I'm sorry.
The gay thing.
It's above our heads. It's our sponsors. Yeah. What do you do, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was 300 million. You know. So hey, what are
No
you
one's drinking beer, right? Because
What about
No,
also
no, I'm
sponsored
not.
by Allah.
oh, that's true. Also, our female people. We're gonna just have you guys
the
block.
female
just
people?
head on
people.
out.
The female people?
Yeah, go
Head
ahead
on
and
out.
turn your cameras off.
Hey, their words, not ours. Our sponsors pay our checks.
We're gonna get canceled, you guys.
This is
I'm
a
sorry.
rough start to something we're gonna post on YouTube.
Okay. All right.
If anyone runs for
Everything is
presidency
satire.
we're
I
finding
promise.
this.
Everything is satire. We don't mean anything. And yeah.
Is it not
Except for
normalized?
misogynistic bits, we do
we're
mean
not,
those.
We're not there yet. Okay.
Marshall!
Right.
What did Marshall
So
say?
you guys,
He said except for the misogynistic things, we do mean those.
Oh no!
Kara, I love you.
No.
I moved it to
I
the.
need to put on
the
my
map.
sweatshirt.
okay.
The map. That's what I'm gonna
All
say.
right. So when we left the brave group of adventurers, it was Sunday, the 7th of November, the year of our Lord 999. We pick back up with the group sitting on their new boat, the Fishermen, headed to the southern port.
Oh,
You've had an eventful 5 days. It's now the 12th of November, 999. And you guys have had an eventful 5 days. Shortly after your arrival back in Targos, you had a ceremony for Pero. In the tradition of a lot of these smaller coastal fishing villages, he was buried at sea. So you took the gull and the fishermen out with many of the townspeople and had a small ceremony where he was released into the ocean. And then the carpenter Rankian was commissioned with creating a wooden statue of a wooden carving of both Pero and his father to be displayed in Targos. And so following that, however, also in the tradition of these small fishing villages in Kaviti, you immediately hit the city tavern for a celebration of their lives. And the celebration got a little rowdy, I think, is the best way to put it. And in during that time, during this celebration of life, you all got fairly drunk.
all right.
Mhm.
And here we go. And now, Mako, you have this kind of faint memory. You're sitting on the boat now, just chilling, kind of, collecting yourself, and you have this faint memory of that night. And you seem to remember standing in the town square, screaming to everybody in Targos that you would bring them a hag's dick. And so you are now on record of saying in the city of Targos that you promised these people a hag's penis.
How, Sway?
Do hags have penises?
No.
The hag be male.
Many people argued with Mako on this point, and Mako insisted that hags do indeed have penises. So
Hags.
that happened. Hank.
Yeah, in kind of similar form on this this night, Laurel, after getting the smallest bit intoxicated, you took it on yourself to impress the people of Targos. I think you figured that they were sad, and as such, you needed to really just impress them with your your charm and candor. So
Yeah.
you went around and basically just kept buying people drinks, like
Whoa.
drink after drink
Hey,
after
man.
drink after drink,
With what money?
till you had spent 50 gold pieces. And I'm gonna need you to take that off your character sheet.
Oh my god.
Um,
50 gold
how-
on drinks?
However, can I get you to roll a charisma check for me?
I need to know if it worked, and it better have just a straight charisma check.
Yep.
Oh no, not that modifier.
That's nasty.
Yeah. So after you really early on, you were kind of getting drinks for everyone, but after a little bit of time, you really focused on this like jacked gnome whose name was Jepos Babblecheek. And you really were like, you have got to sail with us. Like, I make maps and we sail and we kill people and it's fucking legit.
And we
And
killed people?
you offered him 45 gold pieces to join the crew right there, right now. And he guaranteed you he would. However, he has not been seen in town since that moment. So that was part of the So you unsuccessfully attempted to hire a new crew member and failed miserably.
Damn gnomes.
Damn. All right. Damn.
Fathom, you decided that the drinking and the partying was as much as Fathom enjoys that, it maybe became a little overwhelming, and you saw the ocean. Maybe it wasn't overwhelming, maybe it was just you saw the ocean. It was a little bit of a distraction. You're like, I wonder what cool stuff is hanging out under there, And Fathom took a little dip in the ocean, and while he was swimming around, he actually found you were swimming around trying to look for wrecks, and you saw a glowing light, and you followed it, and you found a bunch of glowing seaweed, which you can add to your character sheet. It's like you gathered at least 10 pounds of this. You can carry as much of that as you'd like that you kept, but you found 10 pounds of glowing seaweed. And it glows brightly like a torch. It glows as bright as a torch.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, so Dazeth, not everything's bad news. Marshall just found something. Or Fathom did, and you during the night took it on yourself. You said, I'm gonna go fish in memory of my boy Pero, right? So you went and fished, and shortly through that kind of endeavor of fishing, you caught a fish, and all of a sudden a kind of bird flew up, right? A bird flies up and sees the fish, and you very kindly offered him the fish, and the bird ate the fish and has since not left your side. You're not even feeding him anymore, but he's just like insisting upon hanging out with you. It's difficult to understand whether he knows what's going on or not, but he has not left your side. And you would have been able to come up with a name for this bird. And also, can you tell me a little bit about this bird?
Or like, do I get to decide like its size and like
what's he look like? What's this bird that just has not left your side since you fed him a fish?
He is a multicolored parrot that fits comfortably on my shoulder. And Dazeth thought to name him. What would Dazeth name him? Dazeth names him Zeth.
Zeth? Good. Good. Yeah. So yeah, Zeth is kind of your buddy now and has been for several days.
And he fully acts like a parrot. He copies what people says.
There you go, as he should.
And Dazeth, everything also isn't great. Your coin pouch feels a little lighter. And you think that at some point, well, you don't have any inkling what could have happened, but you lost 40 gold pieces.
I'm 41.
Really, that's the price of staring up at a bird in the sky, isn't it? Mako, I would argue that you had the most interesting of nights. In that, I mean, obviously you were swearing that you could not only find but bring back a hag's dick. But the next morning, as you were walking around town, you kind of feel like you're about an inch taller, and several people have commented on it as well. Pretty much everyone that's seen you is like, "Did you grow an inch?" And you're pretty sure you did.
Sorry, what?
I don't understand the question, Marshall.
Anna, you had a really, really good first night. You know, this evening you were all very sad when Pero passed, and you had the ceremony. It was very solemn, and you had a very, very good night. You were drinking and you were talking and you were making friends, and you won a fist fight, and you were just having a grand old time. And you made a joke to our friend the bartender at City Tavern. And our friend the bartender didn't take it so well. You actually don't have any recollection of what you said, but you do know the next morning when you went into the tavern to get your morning beer, as you do, she wouldn't serve you, and she insisted that only a public apology will allow you to drink in the City Tavern again.
And she won't tell me what I said.
No. She says, you know what you said every time you press on it. And you have yet to apologize, because Anna wouldn't apologize.
Yeah.
Somewhat in a fit of kind of, I think, just frustration that you couldn't drink in City Tavern, you did what any person would do, and you walked out into the alleyway nearby and happened to find someone who was selling what they argued was their home brewed seaweed wine. And you, not being able to get a drink, insisted upon buying all of his bottles. And then you proceeded to drink all of his bottles of seaweed wine. And you were legally dead for about 20 minutes. Like, they tried to revive you. It wasn't working. And then as they were starting, bawling their eyes out, starting to decide what to do, how to have another sea funeral, you just popped back up to life, and you realize that you know what happens after death now. And you proceeded to explain it to the group.
God damn it. After I died, and I'm basing this off of a real experience when I passed out, actually. After you leave your normal body, you just find yourself up in the middle of space. There is constantly all of these moving dynamics that go on. You feel like you're spinning and spinning in just a world of color and movement and motion. You can't find either yourself, a physical body, or where you are mentally. Really, your only thoughts are that you're in this, and you are now one of those moving motions. And the more that you kind of start thinking that this is death, the more you start finding that you're one with all of this movement, and the colors, and you find yourself very peaceful in the end. But there's nothing there.
So there you go. That's what you guys have to look forward to.
Fathom doesn't like that.
Fathom, you actually remember why you might have gone outside and jumped in the water now. It's coming back to you. You were, having a good time singing your songs, and everybody was laughing and joking along. And an older dark elf wizard, or like spellcaster man, he walked into the bar, and you could tell he was a spellcaster because obviously, he had a robe with stars and shit on it. He was like and this guy's old as dirt, like older than Mako. This guy is old. And he walks in, and you immediately start singing a song about the old man that walks in. You might have gotten carried away. You saw him come in, and he just inspired you. And you sang a song about how old this man was and how fabulous his robes were. And he really thought you were making fun of him. And in truth, you might have kind of been. and he now absolutely hates you, and has threatened to lock you in a water sphere if he sees you again, or various other torments. And this man happens to run the lighthouse in the town. You
course
found
he
out
does.
later.
Is this Airden just different?
Not every wizard in the tower is related to each other.
Who wants to
Um,
put my character in a water bubble?
Well, Laurel, distraught after not being able to get Jepos to join the crew, and realizing you gave him 45 gold pieces and he'd kind of just stumbled off, you were distraught and you went wandering. And you wandered and you wandered and you found yourself inside of this like empty building, kind of on the outskirts of town. And as you were searching around this empty building, your drunk ass realized that this was in fact not an empty building. This was somebody's home. But while you were there, you found a pair of glasses. And you're like, wow, glasses in an empty building. That seems like mine to take. So you took them with you. And can you give me an Arcana check?
Mhm.
Glasses of flight?
Glasses of flight?
Need that.
Yeah, you're like certain these are magic and you put them on, you look at things, you're looking here and there and everywhere, and you have no fucking clue what they do. No idea. You're like, they're magic, I swear to God, because they glow. They have this like golden rim and one eye glows bright red and the other eye bright blue. And you're certain that these are magic, but for the life of you, you have no fucking clue what they do. But you kept
All right.
And those are the events of the past week. You've all had an eventful few days, and you have, after that first night, maybe calmed down a little bit. Anna couldn't drink and potentially couldn't be. I don't want to say Anna's a bad influence, but she might be an influence of sorts. And you know, the rest of you were not super keen on drinking alone, so you had a little bit less eventful other few days, but you prepared for the upcoming invasion, and you talked to Rankian, and you gathered supplies. You were able to, what is happening? You were able to find a map of the southern fort, actually. An old retired End soldier in Targos was able to provide that for you. So
Nice.
Yeah, so you have this. It was fairly rudimentary drawing that he gave you, so that's what we got. But he drew kind of the outline and where there are stairs. You know, the stairs at the top lead you up to the turrets above, the walls above, and then the stairs down in the bottom right lead you to the basement. And the basement, he would tell you, was just a kind of a storage room, just a small room. And then you were told you were going to meet with the goal in this cove here. They were able to spare 9 men to take the goal down into that cove, where you are finishing up your day of travel to meet them this afternoon and finalize your plans with the 9 soldiers there. And so that is where we will pick back up.
Okay.
So have we docked the boat yet?
No, you're still traveling. You're finishing up your day of travel. So you have time before you get to the boat to talk, unless you want to just get there.
From the perspective of like, you guys have this and like you would have already made up a plan. We're saying you kind of have this time now to make sure you guys have a plan, and then you would basically just inform the people once you arrive, or the other ship, what the plan is as far as this fort.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I have an important question.
Yes.
What does the glowing seaweed taste like?
It tastes more bitter than the other seaweed that you have.
Like a bad bitter?
Yeah, it's not great. It tastes almost chemically. You wouldn't really know what chemically tastes like, but it tastes kind of chemically. Just like kind of that like sharp bitterness.
Okay. Ew. Okay. That's all I had.
Still tastes like seaweed, just a little more bitter.
So
How much of it did you eat?
Sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and take off a pound.
Okay.
A whole pound?
Yeah, he had to be sure.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
You're perfectly fine. You don't feel great from it, but you also don't feel worse, so you're fine.
Is he glowing?
He is not.
Is my stomach glowing? Did I eat enough that I can see the bioluminescence from my gut?
If you open your mouth, you can see a faint glow deep in your throat if somebody looks.
Nice.
So we need to make our plan. Like you guys did create that for us, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many people do we have on our current ship? We have us 5, Athena, the other one,
The other one.
I don't know her name.
Shazana.
Shazana.
Anna.
So it's like 7. So we have 16 total people taking down a fort.
When you say it like that, it makes it sound crazy.
I count for like 50 people though, so we're fine. And I'm gonna
Counts
do
for,
the
like,
whole gun
-2, so N is like 48.
show.
Good. Good.
My thought is, do we attack? There's only that one entrance to the fort. We could attack by boat and then do an actual staging, or we could do a sneak attack and sneak in and kind of catch them all off guard.
I mean, I think they see our ship before we even get a chance to do anything
Not if we park it far enough away.
and just walk there.
Yeah, and we could do it at, at nighttime, so they wouldn't really see us coming.
Yeah, but then I guess who would we leave with the ship?
No, would be the thing.
That is true, and I would like to get back home or get back.
If we lose the ship, we can just walk back to Targos. It's the same landmass. It's just an idea.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do a sneak attack with a few people in the fort and then have someone on a boat and establish a signal of some kind, and then they can reinforce from the sea.
I think if we attack while we're in there, though, we run the risk of hurting our own people, since it's hard to direct a ship attack.
Okay.
How far are we talking? How far are we talking? Shit.
What do you
To
mean?
park it, to dock it.
Oh, so on this map, if that is there, I mean, we could just go on this side. It could easily be like half a mile away, and they just wouldn't be able to see us at nighttime.
And
And we could hide it in one of, like over here, something like that, where it's more out of the way and kind of hidden by each landmass. If we account for like, an hour of walking or so, and pray to God that Dazeth rolls well, it could be doable.
It could be.
What do you think? Or we could attack with the ship first and really just down their defenses. But that also lowers the fort.
Yeah, I think. I mean, you're right about the sneak attack option. That would be the safest and stealthiest option. Would minimize casualties. I'm with that 100%. Now the only thing is figuring out exactly how far away to park the ship, or to dock the ship, and still get to the fort quickly
So,
without them seeing us.
oh my god. So this is huge, actually.
Yeah.
Like, do you see it's like 10 miles?
Well, no, that's not completely accurate. The fort itself is on a very narrow peninsula, like you can see kind of in that map. It's on kind of the tip.
Okay, so it's like right here.
Yeah, it's like right on the tip of this
Okay.
peninsula here.
How far away would like this be then?
Yeah.
Like if we were to go
Put
right
it, like,
here.
right here, right
Yeah.
here.
If you tell me how far you'd like to go from the fort, we can get you there.
Probably about maybe 7 miles.
I think that's very far,
Is
right?
it?
Because they wouldn't be able to see us from like a mile away.
I don't know how far visibility is, so I'm just spitballing here. I mean, Laurel would know, but I don't know.
How far away are elves? How far away is elf vision?
Aren't you
120
elves?
feet.
It can
120 feet.
elf vision in night time.
But I mean, I'm sure they'll have like a telescope or something, which will make them see farther. But just how much farther is the thing?
Well, even if it's like 1,000 feet at night, that's like a fifth of a mile.
Okay. So about a mile offshore then?
Yeah, if we do it like a mile offshore, I think that would be pretty good.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
Dawson
Oh yeah,
thinks
fly it.
we should make a giant wooden horse. And
Never heard that one before.
He's not taking it seriously.
and we tell them that the wooden horse is on our boat. And then when they come to get the wooden horse, we fight them there instead of the fort. But we're also hiding inside the wooden horse on our boat. So they
Good
really
plan.
don't see it coming.
Okay, but y'all get mad at me when I try to speak.
It's kind of not. It's actually kind of like not the worst idea ever. Like,
What?
What?
and then, hold on. Parts of it.
Parts of
Um,
what?
Just like in order to sneak attack, because we have like end uniforms and we were end soldiers and we know how to act. If we could approach that way, and we could get in the fort that way, and we can just say like our boat crashed or something, or we were attacked by pirates and we knew that the fort was down here and we're just trying to like seek shelter.
We pretend to be the mixing tax boat.
Mako,
Yeah.
you're so wise.
It was all Dazeth, really.
Yeah.
But
You guys do
didn't
still
mention the
have
horse.
end colors. You're still flying like end colors. Your sails are.
It says we only have 5 end uniforms right now.
Well, technically, gosh, wow. Their names eluded me. They should still have their
Shazana,
uniforms.
Tafina.
Yeah, they should still have their uniforms. We didn't make them get rid of them, did we?
Yeah.
I think I don't think Tafina's wearing one, but I think Shazana might be.
Yeah, Shazana definitely will still be wearing it. Defina probably not.
They both do still have their end uniforms with them.
Okay, then yeah, that sounds good. And then we wouldn't even have to park as far.
Well,
no.
yeah. We'd
Well,
have to have
they
like
might-
a story.
Well, yeah, and then they might be like wondering why, like, I guess we're sneaking up there.
Yeah. And if they Also, like if they see us from far away, then we don't have any sneak attacks. You know, we
They
don't
can
have.
recognize the ship.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a slim chance, but still a chance that they can recognize the ship.
Not a terrible idea, but I still like the sneak attack better.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Actually, damn,
cool. I'm cool with sneak attack. That's like the one thing I can help with.
I do like the idea of being let in the fort and then just beating them down.
But what's our cover story for actually like getting led into the fort?
Well, I mean, we can figure something out. We're good liars, most of us.
Yeah, we're I mean, we were attacked by pirates, made it to shore. We knew that the southern fort was the closest fort to us, so we've just been trekking our way there.
Dazeth has an idea. Dazeth wants to say that we just pretend to be the people that we took the boat from. They're looking for the missing tax boat. We just show up and ask, have y'all seen the missing tax boat? We're looking for it.
Huh.
Because that's what this boat was supposed to be doing.
Did Dazeth hit his head and like everything got right again? It's like that's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea. Damn. All right, Dazzy.
Dazeth is still very attached to the one horse idea, though.
So for the uniforms, we all have ours, and then Shazina, those two have theirs. So from the other 9 people, I think, on the other ship.
Oh yeah.
So they would have 5 uniforms out of 9. We
Well,
could,
I don't. Yeah.
No, the other ship doesn't have any uniforms. Wait, do they have uniforms?
we have
Now
5
we-
extra uniforms.
So again, in things you're planning right now, this plan would have already been made before, so you guys can theoretically have grabbed the end uniforms from the guys
From the
that you
people.
killed when
Okay.
saving Baylor.
Mhm.
So
Alright,
however, there was 5 guys on that boat or something like that, or 7, 8 guys, something like that.
9, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
9, yeah.
Okay, so we could all be in soldiers theoretically.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
That's not a bad. It's not a bad idea. I have thought of worse, and I'm thinking of worse. It's not a bad plan. Either they believe it or they don't, but I think it's like 80-20 that they believe us.
Yeah, because I mean the ships are missing, and we're all in uniform.
Technically,
So as long as we can sell it,
yeah. I mean, I won't be talking, but somebody will.
Who would
then
be
we can
talking?
get in.
Well, Mako will be talking. She'll be wearing the captain's uniform, and she's the most
Oh,
believable.
God.
Right, Mako?
What's your deception?
Great question. -1. It will not be Mako.
Dazeth has a 1.
You have a what?
A 1.
I have a -1 too, so it's not Laurel.
I have a 6.
But is
Wow. Okay, Fathom.
Fathom's good
Aye,
at
aye,
lying.
Captain.
I can also just, make a couple of us invisible. Fun fact, I might actually be able to go along with the wooden horse thing.
Explain.
Wooden
I
horse?
cast major image to create a massive image of a wooden horse.
let's not do that.
How do I get inside of it then?
Oh, you can't.
Aw.
But like, it's there.
Okay, because I don't see any trees out here on the water to make the wooden horse out of. Probably should have thought of that.
So should we do the
If we don't take everyone, then someone can be on the boat, and then their
Yes.
attention can be dragged to the sea while we're all in the fort, and then we can slowly start taking over the fort while their attention is distracted.
So what you're saying is use the boat with like, I guess, what, 5 of them as a decoy while we go up there? Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
I feel like we might need all the people to actually fight though, or most of the people.
That's true. But I mean, if we're going, I'm
Because like I'm thinking I'm visualizing like not everyone in the fort is going to be around us the entire time. So some people are going to be at like one of those 3 stations and then
so we just
in the
kick 'em off
fort
one
as
at a
well.
time.
So we just like wherever we are, we take down the people in those locations as quietly as possible and move before moving to the next one. Does that make sense?
So basically, when we get in, we get our story, talk to them, whatever. Then we disperse, and then we just take them out
Just kind of like
Right.
one by one.
one by one.
I like it, but I don't like the idea of having the boat out there as a distraction because I don't think it makes much sense if we're all shipwrecked, but then there's like another boat out there because then they're still getting ready
Happens
for
to be
battle.
there.
Yeah.
So it's either we, so it's either we go with like half of us, which would be us 7, or we go all in and just sneak. Because I don't think that they're gonna believe that all of us were sent for the tax ship.
Well, we could be that we were the rescue mission tax ship, and then we found the people who got stranded. So that was the original people. So it's the
Yeah.
2 ships together.
Do we know how many people are in the fort?
A
I don't
lot.
think so.
Oh, hey, like I'm gonna keep trying to be smart, but my luck might not be that great. So like, what if we tell them that we like go with that idea? We tell them that we found the missing tax ship, but they're wounded, and we need help carry them to the fort, so we can bait some of them to the boat, fight some of them like way outside the fort, and then we can get everyone inside the fort by carrying the injured inside.
Which will be them, the soldiers.
Or it could just be more of us. We could just have people laying on cots, and then
Like,
Yeah.
Nice.
they'll let us in because they're like, oh, let's help hurt people.
You
And-
really-
And we could carry them in the wooden horse.
Daz,
let's
I think you're making it
hope
more
for-
complicated.
It's like 6 parts. It's like
There was a
6
lot of parts to that. A lot could go wrong.
a lot. I love your enthusiasm though. I need this dad.
No, I'm gonna pat Dazeth on the back a slightly too hard. Keep it up. Keep it up.
The parrot on the soldier will also say, keep it up.
What's the parrot's name again?
Zeph.
Zeph.
So, do you want to go for the fake old end soldiers thing?
Damn, that's just vote. What are 2 options again? We'll vote on them.
Sneak attack or end soldiers?
All right, raise your hand for sneak attack.
Is that 3?
That 3.
Raise your hand for end.
Raise your hand for end.
Dazeth didn't do anything.
Daz has forgot all the options.
Oh my god. Raise your hand for the sneak attack.
I don't know if I want to pick something later. What are the other things?
Oh my god.
Or Damn. Raise your hand.
Can
for
we
the sneak
revoke
attack.
Dazeth's vote?
Or raise your hand for the end Trojan horse version.
Oh, okay.
Raise your hand for sneak attack first. Okay. Raise your hand for the end Trojan horse version. Okay. So I believe that is 3-2. So I believe that sneaking wins.
I'm excited. That's the
Is
one.
everybody okay with that?
Wasn't it your idea?
It was.
Fair.
But I
Both
feel like
options were
Anna also
viable.
wants to sneak attack.
Respect.
Okay, so if we're going to do the sneak attack, I think we should we should dock a mile offshore, both boats, a mile offshore, at nighttime, and we walk our way in.
I
Hopefully,
agree.
while we're sleeping.
I
Hopefully,
think
while we're sleeping.
we should have Dazit like really far in the back. And also the other person who's loud, Shazana,
Defina's loud.
Dafina.
That sound like a plan?
Yeah.
I like it.
Are you nervous, Fathom?
I mean, yeah, I don't want to die.
You can always go invisible, buddy. It's okay.
exactly, and
I will.
this is like a great way for us not to die. Both options were feasible, but I think this way it really minimizes our chances of dying.
Plus, I already died, and
What's
it wasn't
the
too
other
bad.
boat doing? What's
Oh,
the
they're
other
gonna-
boat doing while
They're
you
gonna dock
guys-
right next to us.
Yeah.
And they're sneaking with you?
Yeah.
Damn. Yes. Yeah, they're sneaking with us.
All right. So we're a sneaky party of 16.
Why do you say it like that?
And Dazit and anyone else in huge armors far at the end. I think like 200 feet behind us.
I might have a way to help us like check in on things before we get too close.
How?
I would need some very close friends of mine to have a little seance.
All right, I'm listening.
And I might be able to cast a clairvoyance spell.
Okay, what's that?
It lets me choose seeing or hearing. I can place an invisible sensor in a place that I'm either familiar with or unfamiliar with, depending on certain parameters. But I can place it up to a mile away.
Oh shit.
That's funny. That's really funny.
It's really convenient.
Very convenient.
Yeah. But I can only use it once. Only lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then I lose it the next day.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Wait, can you put the chat for that in?
Yeah. It comes from a bard thing for the spirit bard stuff. I can do this spirit session, and then let me
How
put the
high are the
clairvoyance.
walls to like a fort?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know if you would know either.
Brendan, do I know how high the walls are to a fort?
You do not yet. You have a map, but that doesn't have any dimensions on it. Conduct a ritual spell. Oh wait, so is it clairvoyance? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Damn. That's cool.
Oh,
And its range is within
1
a
mile.
mile. Cool.
Oh my.
really cool.
But it only lasts for 10 minutes. It requires concentration. And I lose I'm pretty sure I lose the sense that I'm using to use the spell.
All right.
What?
Cool.
Yeah, like if I choose sight, if I go into the orb, I can't see like in my physical body. I think that's how that works.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense because I don't understand how you could see in two places at once.
Yeah.
So
You could also switch between seeing and hearing when you're in there. So if you see what's happening and then you can see that they're talking, you switch, right?
Yeah.
As an action.
yeah,
It's
okay.
Amazing.
That's cool.
Cool. So we can use the map and you can tell me where on the map you'd want to put it.
Yeah. I'm really glad we got that map because I don't think I'd be able to use the spell without it. Or I wouldn't be able to use this effectively without it.
You'd have to get a lot closer at least.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Cool. Good game plan.
All right, we're ready.
And is ready to fuck shit up.
And you can finish your day sailing, and you make it to the cove with the goal sitting there.
All right, guys. If you want to gather around, we'll go over their game plan one last time before we fuck up the end. Am I right?
The end of the end.
Huzzah!
Anna's gonna try and be as tall as possible and intimidating, even though she's very small, but she's adorable. And basically, she's gonna go over the exact same thing that we just talked about. Of that, we're doing a sneak attack. We are going to park a mile away from the tower, and as soon as we park, we are going to have Fathom do clairvoyance. Get a little bit more insight on what is happening currently at the fort, how many people there are, and if we need to make any last minute adjustments there. After the 10 minutes of clairvoyance are up, we will begin sneaking our way to the tower if all things go well. We will be having those with heavy armor in the back, about 200 feet away from those at the front, just to make sure that if they roll bad or if they fall, that it is less likely they give away those who are actually doing good at sneaking up front. Along with that, basically, once we get in the fort, our goal is to go from each tower to tower and take it over. Maybe I think sticking in a good line helps, sticking close and not spreading out far from each other, especially when there's going to be 16 of us. If we can all fight together as more of a unit than apart, that would be great. And hopefully catch a lot of people off guard. Again, if we go from tower to tower, that kind of maximizes our chances of just taking down as few soldiers as possible at each time. But that might change the more we learn about where they are and what their sleeping arrangements are. And I'm going to go over again that we need to be cognizant of that they will be on top of the fort, in the fort, and that there is a basement to the fort. There's one entrance, and we're gonna sneak the fuck in.
Yeah, you'll get a bunch of nods. They look nervous, the group of them. But they kind of nod, and they seem gung ho to follow you, but definitely nervous.
Okay.
Actually, can you give me a can you go ahead and give me a quick either performance or charisma, whichever one is better for you?
They're the same. And at the end, I'm gonna do a huzzah.
Yeah, they seem motivated by your words. They seem confident that they're in good hands.
Okay.
All right, so it's late afternoon now. Like the sun is about to go down, and you are. Let's see, how far away are you? Whoa. Get to that. So you could make it there before dawn. You could make it to like where you wanted to get to before dawn if you wanted to go tonight, or if you want to give it a full day tomorrow, a full rest tonight and a full day tomorrow, and then head out tomorrow afternoon. You could do that as well, because you haven't slept since you've been traveling.
I think it'd be good to sleep. And if we do the park a mile away, we could do clairvoyance and then have Fathom take a long rest, maybe even.
I can do that.
And regain a spell slot.
Okay. So do you want to sail over there now and then do your thing? Okay. All right. So you and the goal travel through the night, and around late or early morning, maybe 3 a.m. or something, you make it to a point along the shore that you feel. And actually, Laurel, give me a perception check.
I sure can.
Yeah.
Okay, Laurel.
You, based on your understanding of where the fort is and the map of the fort and everything, you think you feel pretty confident you've docked about a mile away. You can't see the fort from here. There are some trees along the way that would block your view, and but you feel pretty confident, and it's dark, but you feel pretty confident that you're about a mile away.
Okay.
So is it my turn?
Clairvoyance.
I gotta have a quick little seance. I'm gonna pull Shazana and Dafina over, make them hold hands and hold their hands, and spend a little bit of time so I can learn the clairvoyance spell. And then I'll sit in between them and I will cast clairvoyance with the map of the fort in front of me. And I would like to place the sensor like right in the middle of the fort.
There's kind of a courtyard.
Yeah, I want to place it in the middle of the courtyard.
Okay.
Is there any way I can like place it in the air?
I don't know. Is it?
It doesn't say I can't, because I don't want it to be on the ground, because I want to be able to see if there's anybody in the turrets.
I don't see anything that would. Yeah, I don't see anything that would say you couldn't. So yeah, you can put it in the air. Especially
Okay.
that map is helpful. Without that, I think you'd have some trouble figuring out that spot exists. But yeah, you can. How high above the courtyard ground?
I wanna. Did we find
You're
out
not.
from anyone?
You don't know how tall the fort is. No.
Okay, that was the issue. I'll put it about 30 feet in the air.
Okay.
It's on 1 hour watch.
That's probably fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you put it 30 feet in the air. And are you using sight or hearing?
Sight for the time being.
Okay. Yeah, you close your eyes. You're going through the seance with Dafina and Shazana. Dafina seems to be very engaged. Shazana seems to be kind of over it, but she's still going along with it at this point. Kind of because there's nothing else to do. But you close your eyes, you ignore them, and you start focusing on this point that you're imagining. And all of a sudden, you open your eyes, and you look around. You see the ocean in front of you. And you look down and you can see the walls of the fort. You seem to be about 5 or 10 feet above the walls of the fort.
Cool.
And so you can see along the walls at the top of the turrets, and you can look below you and see the courtyard.
Okay.
And can you give me a perception check?
20. Dirty 20.
20. You don't see anything really. You see below you there are some targets, some dummies for practice dummies to hit with maybe a wooden sword or something with a weapon. You see a couple racks that are sparsely populated with weapons, a few barrels. Along the top of the fort, you see a couple mangonels on the top turret that kind of faces the water. Those are the big catapults. And otherwise, it seems very calm.
There's no one walking around on the in the turrets.
No.
Can I switch to hearing to see if I hear anything?
Yeah. And with that 20, you hear the gentle crash of waves on the shoreline and breeze blowing through the trees that are around you. And that's it.
Oh. Okay. I guess I'll pop my vision back into my body for right now and I'll explain everything. The walls are only like 20 feet high. Didn't see anyone, just a few things, just like a few items, but nothing of note. And then didn't hear anyone either.
I wonder if they're all inside the fort. But there was no one keeping watch on the outside.
Mm-mm.
That's fantastic.
Or scary. What if they're all ghosts? I can talk to ghosts, but I don't want to fight ghosts.
We already fought a ghost, kind of, and we won.
Barrow didn't.
Pero did not win.
Yeah, a quick reminder that Fathom also is still 5 HP low.
But we
I don't know how to
won.
fix it. We did win, but like we should avoid another Barrow
At what
situation.
cost?
5 HP and Pero.
Well, we can try again in the morning. I just need a little. I need a nap.
Short rest or long rest nap?
Well, long rest, but you know, elves 4 hours nap.
Yeah, just for the record, I was assuming that Dazeth was sleeping during this. If Dazeth, if that's not true, then you can tell me. But what?
It was true.
Okay.
A sleepy boy.
Dazeth needs his
Honestly.
beauty sleep. All right, and yeah, so that was quick. It's about 3 a.m. You are sitting on the shoreline, kind of a beach and small forest in front of you, and the gull is stationed next to you, awaiting orders.
After I explain what I see in here, I wanna spend the last like 8 minutes of my spell to pop my vision back in and just keep watch for the remainder of it.
Okay. Are you looking? Do you want to like look for anything in particular, or just any
Mostly
kind of
just
movement?
mostly just movement. Yeah, I don't think I need to look for anything in particular unless anyone else can think of something.
No.
Mm-mm.
What's a mangonel again?
It's like a catapult. It's a catapult. I don't.
Okay.
That's what it's called in D&D, but it's I don't know what's special about it, but it's essentially just a catapult.
It depends on like how they're actually launching it.
Oh, it's like a weighted. It looks like it's not a trebuchet. No. Oh, is it like twisted wire? Oh, it's
It says it's a type of trebuchet used in ancient China.
a mangonel or nag. Apparently, that's also a word for it. So, anyway, it's a catapult.
Oh, okay.
You've
It's
fought them
also
before
called-
on some other ships.
Yeah, it's called the traction trebuchet.
Oh,
Trebuchet.
Interesting.
oh,
Oh,
traction.
wow.
Yeah, because like mangonel, like I think it's like a wire, like actually pulls that one back and almost is like flicking something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like a trebuchet is like the counterweight.
yeah.
Onager, I think. Actually, I'm not sure. They might twist like the bar, like, or if it's like attached to a bar down here. I don't know how to show it like this, but like
Yeah. That's
imagine
what it
like a
looked like.
T, and they twist the top of the T, if the
Mm.
upside down T, and so it
Yeah,
launches it that way.
Cool. Fathom, can you give me a quick insight?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not my best, but we'll see what we get. Oh shit, 18 plus 2, another 20.
Okay. You notice as you're looking around, kind of scanning the scene. There's no ship docked at the dock.
Oh. I know
I
I'm
mean,
kind of far away from it all, but is there any way I can like discern whether or not any of the stuff on the like in the turrets has been messed with in a while? Like, is
with
there
a
cobwebs that are glinting from the moonlight, or
What time is
Uh,
it?
3 a.m.
with a 20 insight. It's not clean, but it doesn't look like it's been abandoned for a long time or anything. Next to the mangonel is a stack of boulders or like rocks that they would use to launch from that or from them. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot else going on top of the fort that you can see or in the courtyard.
okay. I'll relay all of this once my spell duration is up.
So you think that they might not be there at all right now?
Doesn't look like anyone's home.
I wonder where they went and when he'll be back. Because if they're gone now, that would make taking the fort so much easier. You know, if we were striking tonight.
All I'm saying is I can talk to them, but I can't always see ghosts, you know?
You know, if we don't attack tonight, could we lose an opportunity?
But Dazeth needs to sleep.
Dasith is a sleepy boy. What do you all think?
Well, nobody's home. We can occupy it and wait for them to come back
Yeah.
and then defend it. It's a lot easier to defend something than attack something.
Exactly.
So, I mean, if we do that, then it won't matter that Dazeth needs to sleep because he can sleep while we're there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If he could just hang on for a little bit. You think you could do that, Dazeth?
He's sleeping.
Well,
But we could still sneak attack tonight. He'd gotten a short rest at the very least. You know, it's not like
But if we wait till tomorrow morning, I can do this again, just to double check to make sure it's unoccupied.
well, either they're there and they're not paying attention or they're not there. Because if they were up and around moving about, we would have seen them.
and there's no ship, and that's kind of the big thing that I'm thinking about.
That is true. Whenever we attacked the other fort, was there a boat stationed there, or were they kind of just dropped off and told to defend until given further orders?
Well, I mean, my man, that does not matter. Like,
it does matter, because what if they're all just asleep in the barracks underneath that I can't see in? And there's like 50 of them.
Job, is what they're not doing. They're not doing their damn job because we will be able to see. There's nobody patrolling. Nobody.
I mean, we don't patrol.
I would say we don't have to because we're strong, but I mean, what are we talking about? What? We always keep watch. We don't have to sleep.
We just don't have to sleep as much as Dazeth does. We don't.
Exactly. So, I mean, okay, that really brings home the point because obviously they're elves and they're not doing shit anyway. They're not sleeping.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Okay.
That means they're not doing their damn job anyway.
Okay.
Right?
I don't think anyone's home.
Either nobody's home or they're not doing anything. Either way, now would be the optimum time to strike.
I think
yeah, Mako, you're quiet. I don't like
use your old war woman brain.
Your wisdom.
I mean, I agree.
With?
I mean, if they're not doing their job and we're trying to sneak attack and no one is on watch, then we should attack while no one is on watch.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's do
it.
That's
Yeah.
it.
I'm gonna shake him awake.
Zeth will fly out first and scream at you. He's sleeping, and then, and then fly back down to Dazeth.
Oh my God. He's sleeping. Buddy.
Good. I'm gonna start throwing little pebbles at his face.
What?
It's
It's
time
time to
to
go.
attack.
No,
It's
it's
time.
not.
Yes, it is. We got it.
We're going now.
You can sleep when we're done.
No one's home.
Okay.
You say yes?
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm gonna relay the information that we have to the other 9 soldiers, and I think we go in formation to sneak attack.
You want them to follow you?
Yeah,
Yes,
But-
please
Are
follow.
they-
I'd like to go over the order because I think it should be in a single followed line. I would like to go first if everyone's okay with that.
No
Okay.
problems there.
Who wants to go after?
Laurel is he's kind of a heavy hitter. He'll be behind.
I was thinking me,
Or
Laurel, Mako,
Yeah.
Dazith, Fathom, the 9. Or no, Dazith at the very end. Fathom, the 9, and then the people with the heavy armor at the end.
Let's do this.
The
I
only
think
people
it's
with
now or never.
heavy armor are Dazith and Defina.
Put them at the end and then add like 100 or 200 feet.
And a half. Put the half too. No chance.
Yeah, you guys are approaching from which direction are you approaching from? I figured the northwest
Yeah.
of the fort just
Oh.
because that's the direction that you parked the boat.
Yeah, like right here. You see?
Yeah, it's kind of from the top left of the
Yeah.
okay.
But then we're gonna sneak around to the entrance.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Hank.
No, you're good. That's on me. That's on me. We're moving past it.
All right. Okay. Then what I need from everybody.
Yeah.
Let's put them. I got you.
Put him on the camera.
Oh no, Hank, I'm fucking things up. I'm
That's
sorry.
what I was about to do as well, but not like that.
I'm so sorry. You do it. You do it. I'm sorry.
You're
Is it 4
struggling.
dragons we're finding? Don't tell me it's 4 dragons, please.
It was
No,
actually
it's
7
all
dragons.
of you.
Seven
We're trying to set you up on the map.
Yeah, Brendan was struggling. I had a plan, but he had a plan, and then the plan was confused.
Yeah, that was my bad. Okay. So yeah, what I need now is stealth checks from pretty much everybody. I'm gonna do 2.
Damn.
Nice job, Dazith.
Oh,
That's why we keep
Dazith.
you. That's why we keep you in the back.
That's why we have luck rolls. That's why we have luck rolls. Oh,
Oh
I
yeah.
got a
There you
Fathom got a
go.
23.
Oh damn.
wait, that was a nat 20.
Oh, 25.
Wow.
Do nat 20 don't count
18
with
was a
heavy
nat
armor?
20. Yeah, we're not gonna take. It's not it's just the first one, so it'd be 18. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Disadvantage heavy armor. Crap.
No. But I'm taking the 18 because that's like the next roll. It's just
Oh, yeah.
one roll. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And normally we say the first one is the left roll. Yeah, and Defina and we'll keep you guys over here.
Did
all right.
everyone leave the boat? Like all
Yes.
9? With the okay, cool.
We'll be back for it.
All right.
Fathom got a 25.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe.
Fathom got a 20 something.
5.
25. Okay.
Let's be nice.
Well, it's a good thing it wasn't a 24. That would have got you right there.
That was the one.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Defina is making quite a bit of noise, and Shazana is like a cat.
Nice.
And this group of soldiers kind of right behind you guys are making quite a bit of noise.
What would you expect, right?
Damn soldiers.
Are they
Okay.
regularly marching? I need to know.
All
What's
right.
that?
And you make your way to the fort, sneakily as you can. I'd say you're doing a pretty good job considering there are like basically an army of you guys right now walking up. You're doing a pretty decent job. You can hear the clanking of Dazeth and Dafina behind you, like far in the back. But it's, you left them 200 feet behind, so it's a distance from you. But yeah, you can make your way up to the fort, kind of around the fort, and you approach the doorway. And you are at the doorway. And with that, we will take a quick break.
Shit, I gotta pee.
All right.
Yeah, let's come back in like 5 or so.
Yep.